Well, well. Who thought this would happen? Not me. Not me. But here we are. Hello everybody, welcome back to my YouTube channel, or if it's your very first time here, hi, my name is Missa and we've got something exciting today, kind of. So for those of you who are regulars, you will have seen my anti haul, possibly. I hope you have. If you've not watched it, go and watch it. In that, I basically anti-hauled Glamlite as a brand because food themed makeup is very gimmicky and just not my cup of tea. But it was my personal opinion, which is fine. Anyway, very suspiciously, not very long after that anti-haul, I got a DM on Instagram from Glamlite asking if they could send me PR, and I was like, So I asked on the community tab, I was like, guys, Glamlite emailed me, should I say yes or should I say no? And I think the vast majority said yes, because they were like, hey, you're not got to pay for it, you still get to try it, maybe your mind will be changed. So I said yes, but I said the paint palette is what I would like. I don't want burgers, I don't want pizzas, I don't want tacos. I didn't say that to them, I just said, oh, I'd love to try the paint palette because I didn't want to be rude, but yeah. So that's what we're doing today. Long and short of it, I think I should take my own advice and stop fanning around and just jump into the video. So I'm gonna start off, we'll start off with swatches, and then we are gonna go into this tutorial kind of tutorial, kind of review, and then at the end of the video I will give you my thoughts on what I think of this palette. I first of all want to read you the claims and also how much it is and when it releases, because I know none of that information because I didn't do any research. So it's going to be $45. Pre-order opens the 24th of July. Ships on the 29th of August. January, February, March, April, May, June, July, August. Yeah, ships on the 29th of August. It's cruelty free, it's vegan, you get 36 grams of product. And I'm more just want to kind of read out what they've said about it, because these claims are big. The most iconic and revolutionary palette of our generation. 18 months developing, perfecting one of the highest pigmented formulas on earth. Paint palette contains 18 of the most versatile shades meticulously created for a true artist. We push the limits of creativity and innovation to create an experience that we've never done before. No expense was spared in the creation of this masterpiece. It is the most detailed palette we've ever created. Each palette will come in its own luxury PR box, which includes the perfect blending brush. I can't read. Blah 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 blah. So it's they're not shy or modest, and they like to toot their own horn. But I would too, probably, if I had a makeup brand. Anyway, let's now jump in it. This is the PR box. That's what it looks like. It genuinely does look like an Art Attack kit. Who remembers Art Attack? Who remembers? I loved Art Attack. So this is the box, and it opens up like this. There actually is a brush. I kind of forgot about that. Does look like a paintbrush. Feels like one of those brushes you get off Amazon. Like, it's really soft and stuff, but it's just like the shape of it. I don't know if this comes in the box or not. Anyway, and then it has this sheet over it, and the palette is this. This is very large. This is bigger than Alien, I think, or at least on par, if not bigger than Alien. So obviously looks like a painter's palette. The back, didn't even read that. Wow, it says even on here, the most viral and epic makeup product of our generation. Anyway, it's got this like plastic thing on top, and here is the palette. Now mine is used. I always forget to like show you the palette unused. There you go. So this color story is right up my alley. So I'm happy about that. So what we're gonna do now is the swatches, and then we'll jump into the tutorial like I said, and then I'll give my final thoughts. So let's jump into these swatches. This will be the first time I've swatched it, apart from I swatched the metallics on my Instagram stories like the day I got this, because I don't have any patience. I'll start with the metallics. So this is called White. You can see that, right? It's like a very reflective, like white gold. And coincidentally, the next one is called Gold. Then we've got light green, arguably my favourite shade in the palette. Wow, that swatch nice. The metallics are pretty glittery. What was that? But nice. I mean, I like that, obviously. Then we got turquoise. Then sapphire, which is like a really blue purple. I would say maybe even blurple. And then violet. Gosh, they are very similar, but different, but similar. So that is the metallics there, hopefully not too overexposed. Okay, let's swatch the mattes now. So I'll start up here. I need to get a makeup wipe ready. So the first one is Coral. It's my first time swatching these matte shades, by the way. Then we have Fuchsia. I swatched that very poorly, like right on it. And then we have Purple. Purple didn't swatch very nicely. Then we have Royal Blue. Navy blue. Wow, my swatches are really bad. It's because I'm looking at my viewfinder and not my mirror. Then we've got green, yellow, then orange, red, then we've got burgundy, brown, and black. Ooh, nice black. I thought it would be, because when I was dipping my brush in earlier, it was super like soft, and I thought that's gonna be pretty good. Let me show you. So that is all that black. No? Anyway, that's all matte shades. That purple swatched horribly. Let me try and make it look maybe a pinch nicer. There we go. So that is the swatches, the prices, the incredible claims. Let me just read them one last time. So introducing Paint Palette, the most viral and epic makeup product of our generation. Just let that sink in. Let it sink in, and while it is sinking in, let's jump over, watch my tutorial, and then I will give my final thoughts. See you in a moment. So I'm going to jump straight in. I like my Revlon Candid Concealer as my primer these days for eyeshadow, because everything just seems to go on way nicer on top of it, and it doesn't really crease on me. So if you've got hooded eyes or like really creasy eyes, give this a shot. I highly recommend it. I will admit I've put a little bit underneath my eyes and on my nose so that my skin just looks a bit nicer in these close-ups. I'm just going to start off with a rounded brush. This is a Colourpop E5. I don't think you're going to see the writing. E5 by Colourpop. And I'm going to take the shade Navy Blue, which is a navy blue. I'm going to start packing this on my outer corner. I've just taken that about a third of the way in, and it is above my crease because I've got hooded eyes. I'm going in with this, it was clean, prior to this video, I'm just gonna wiggle this around the edges just to soften them up. You know the drill if you've been around here. Then I'm taking the shade Royal Blue on a fluffier brush. So I'm clearly just wiggling this around the edges. There isn't a whole heap of difference between these two shades once they're actually on the eye, to be honest. I'm definitely going to come back to that later, don't worry. Next shade I am grabbing, if I can remember, is this one here, called Purple. This is on a double-ended blank canvas, so this is the actual one I'm using, is the E26. It is really nice. I think when you put it right beside this blue, it almost looks like I'm putting pink on. But there is a pinkier pink in the palette. I think this is just a super pinky purple. Then I'm picking up this unnamed Morphe brush. It did come in a set. And we're gonna use the shade Coral. This looks so much brighter in real life than what I think it looks like on camera. This is a really beautiful shade. I'm gonna tuck this right in the inner corner. I really wanted to use this color, but I probably should have used orange, but that's okay. So that was super fast. Then I'm picking up my Morphe M506. You all need this brush. And we're going to go in with Fuchsia, which is bright pink, one of my favourite colours. And I'm going to start using this on top of Purple, just to start blending that shade out. I've dipped in 3 times to this colour so far. This is the 4th, just to get to this intensity. And then just on that same brush, I am just going to pick up a tiny bit of burgundy, just kind of sandwiching in between the two, just to help a little bit with that blend. You know what, I'm just holding this palette now. I had it sitting down before. It's actually really easy to hold because it is like a painter's palette, obviously, so yeah, it's surprisingly easy to just hold on to. And then I'm picking up a separate M506 and we're gonna dip into yellow. This is a really weird shade in my opinion. Like when you pick it up on your brush, like look how pigmented that is. I'm just gonna tap it off a little, but it almost goes on chunky, and I don't know how to describe it apart from it feels like it's almost maybe like a little wet, although it's not. It just does feel a little chunky, and like it just grabs and puts pigment on, and then it's like you can't really blend what you've done. Like I had to just keep re-dipping and re-adding yellow because I feel like where you kind of put it is where you get that pig. I don't know, it's really hard to describe. This is gonna go right above that pink as well because I'm just taking this all the way up to my brow. I know this looks like an abominable an abominable mess right now, but hopefully it comes together. This is why I was saying I wish I'd gone in with the orange. If I can find something to point at, I'll be careful. this coral shade does not want to blend with this yellow. You can even see over here, that kind of harsh line that I've got going on. Like, I've just spent so much time re-dipping into this yellow, like going over the coral to really blend it, but then I feel like I just kind of lose the coral a bit, especially because I'm going to cut my crease. But this could be a really beautiful lid shade, the coral one, and then it wouldn't be hidden, but obviously for my purposes today it's being hidden. But there's many ways to use a palette. And I just feel like that harsh line just keeps reappearing no matter what I do. And then I'll go back in with fuchsia. So this is the point I kind of got stuck with when it came to my other eye. I struggled with what to do to blend out this blue because I was like, there's no lighter blue, so I can't do that. So I actually just went in with green. This is another unnamed Morphe brush, sorry, it's just a big fluffy number. And I'm gonna start to build up this green. Green and blue obviously blend together pretty easily, even green and purple. And I've just found that this color just went on really well. Even with this really like flippy floppy fluffy brush, it does apply really, really nicely. And just looking at that inner corner like, ugh, everything is such a mess. But it's okay, I think things work themselves out in the end. Same brush, M506, same shade, yellow. Right, so I'm just gonna start bunging on this yellow here now. Again, you're just gonna have to re-dip in quite a lot. So I'm just gonna keep a hold of her. Yeah, it just goes on like, I'm just not able to describe it, am I? I can just say it's not like super smooth and like finely milled as like the other shades that I'm trying in this palette. It feels more kind of chunky and just a bit more strange. But it's not a bad yellow, I don't think. Like, it's going on fine. I am going over this green because on the other eye, Lord almighty did I struggle to blend out this green. And I still will, so I'm gonna go in with one more shade and then I'll put on the cut crease. But yeah, Lord, it was, I'm just keep getting this harsh line back because there's no other green in the palette that is matte. But to me, like, that's a really harsh line and I am not here for it. And I spent so long on the other eye trying to get rid of it without any success. So what I did was I grabbed that brush and I used a little pinch of royal blue. And I'm just gonna wiggle that in between that green and the yellow. And I do just feel like it helps, just a pinch. Just to kind of blend the two together a little bit. Gonna use my ABH eye primer to cut my crease. I'll throw that on and then I'll be right back because this is about the palette, so yeah, this will take me about 2 years as well, so I'll be right back once I've thrown this on. Okay, lovely base on. I do not like this primer as a like eye primer in general, but I love it for cutting my crease, I've realised. because of my hooded eyes. This like dries down and it stays there, but it doesn't in any way go like crispy. So it works really well on my not very accommodating eyelids. So I'm gonna grab the shade White, which is a metallic. All of these ones in the middle are metallics, all the outside are matte as we said. So this is white, but it's like a lovely white gold. I'm actually going to use a lip brush to pick this up. Look how nicely it does pick up on the brush. And this is going to go on the front half of my eye. I would actually use a different brush, but I used it up for the turquoise, so I don't want to use that one right now. I hope you are seeing how beautiful this is. It's on the monitor, I can't see it going over this eye primer. If I turn the brightness down a bit, you can probably see it a bit better. This really is just the kind of shade that is so like universal, like deep skin tones could use it and it would be so impactful. Oh my goodness, I would love to see this on a deep skin tone or on paler skin tones. It's great for this or as inner corner or brow bone highlight, that kind of thing. It's just great. So if you know me at all, you know I have to use this shade, which is light green. Yeah, I guess I would agree compared to that one. I thought this was kind of more turquoise than that, but maybe I'm colorblind. So yeah, light green. I'm not using these wet or anything, by the way, I'm just using them on top of the base. And this is gonna go in the middle. I just think in the pan it looks like it's quite blue, sorry about the birds. But actually on the eye it does go on more green. I'm just going to put this all the way up the middle and we will come back and blend it. This is a coloured rain brush, it came with the Safari Rain palette. Taking it onto that white, because I will just going to mix the two together just to get a nice blend. Look at it, it's so gorgeous. I did pick it up a bit on my finger, just on the other eye, and pat that on top. Just because I wanted this colour to be like, yes, I'm here, look at me. Look at me, Hector, look at me. And then on the back half of my eye, I'm going in with Sapphire just here. And this is going to go just beside this green. All of these metallics have like flecks of glitter in them. So that's great news for me. I'm a glitter fiend. But it's why some of the mattes kind of looked like they had little specks of glitter when I was applying them. It's just because the little flecks kind of ping around. This colour is good, I just thought the other metallics went on like wham bam thank you ma'am straight off the bat. This one a pinch less so, but it is still there, you can still see it really well. And then I'm grabbing this random Beauty Bay brush and I'm dipping back into light green. And I'm gonna start dragging that into the blue. Just to blend it. And I'm actually going to do the same thing at the front. I'm just going to wiggle this into that white. So my last step right now is to go back in my Colourpop brush that I used in the shade Navy Blue. And I'm just gonna pop that on. It's the professional side. Onto this outer corner. So that is what the eyes are looking like at the moment. They match pretty much-ish. I'm gonna go do it on my base and then we'll come back and throw on focus our lower lash line. But yeah, that is where we are just now. Lashes always make these things look better, so yeah, I'll be back very soon and we'll do that. Okay, we're back for under eyes. Keeping it pretty simple, mostly because I don't have the energy to do anything that interesting. So I'm just gonna pick I'll show you because I've not used it yet, red. And I'm just gonna pat this along. This is just a pointed pencil brush. Then I'm just gonna take this very tiny angled brush and I'll show you black, which when you dip your brush in, this shade is so soft. Like, I am tapping so gently. It's just really soft. I'm not saying it's a bad thing or anything, I'm just pointing it out. I'm just gonna pop this just along on this outer corner. Birds are going bananas because it's thunder and lightning outside. And then I'm going to go in with burgundy. This looks like no different to the red when put on. My under eyes are completely set, by the way, so these shadows are going over a set base pretty nicely. This is just my Morphe, no it's not, my Crown C528, a nicely pointed brush, and then I'll go back in with fuchsia. I'm trying to do this before my battery runs out. And go along. And then I'm going to go back in with that red. Oh, what was that noise? This is where that black is. Just kind of blend it out a bit. But also, I'm just struggling to get like depth from these 3 different like reddy pink shades that I've used, so just kind of patting that on really. Yeah. Hurry up, Melissa. Back in with yellow. This is gonna go down here. And then I even went in with a bit of orange, just here. That just seemed to make sense on the other eye. Okay, inner corner, going in with gold initially. I'm also gonna, where's that brush gone? Just grab a tiny brush, this is a Makeup Geek brush. Just run that along the start of my eye. And then back in with white, which has got a little bit of that green in it that I used. I'm gonna pop that on the inner corner as well, just because the gold on its own is a bit too dark on my skin tone as an inner corner highlight. And then quickly, this is the Kat Von D Cake pencil. Wow, I honestly thought I picked up my Colourpop pencil. Two layers of this eyeliner way better, or even 3. Right, let me go through on some lashes and then I will be right back. I was just filming my intro and my swatches, and I want to show you because when I swatched the yellow one, it kind of showed what I meant by it being a bit chunky, even though it's a matte shade. So I'm just gonna pick it up on my finger, and like I've got a dry finger. Oh, do you see how it picks up? Like that's not really normal of a matte. And then if I swatch it, do you see how it just looks a little bit funny? Like it still feels to the touch very buttery and very like creamy nice, but it does just swatch really bizarrely when you pick it up in the pan. And like, let me do a control swatch. This is the black one. And I feel like that is not the same. And when it picks up on my finger, it picks up very, like it didn't have weird missing patches, if you know what I mean. Oh, honestly, I hate black and yellow side by side. I hate it. Yeah, so hopefully you could kind of get a gist of what I meant there by the yellow being a bit weird. Still, like I feel like it went on okay, but I've used way better yellows in my lifetime. Okay, so firstly, I want to say I am pretty pleased with how this look came out. I really like that it's bold, it's colourful, it's got a really nice shimmer on the lid. Like I'm really happy with this look overall, to be honest with you. I'm not complaining. I do feel like I could probably do exactly the same look with my Jeffree Star Jawbreaker, apart from that like that shimmer on my lid would probably be lacking. But apart from that, I feel like everything could be duped out by other palettes in my collection, but I had to try this one. And I am happy with the look, to be honest. I think my makeup looks alright today. If only my hair did. So to give you my thoughts, first off I want to say thank you Glamlite for sending this to me. I do really appreciate it. I think you probably sent it to me because you saw my auntie haul, because I don't know how else you would have, because I've never like interacted with them on Instagram. They've never interacted with me before that auntie haul went up, and that's the first time I've ever mentioned Glamlite in my life. Like I don't even comment on their stuff under Trendmade or anything. There's been no communication. And so I do want to say thank you so much for sending it to me and letting me test it out and give my thoughts to my subscribers. I am pleased with how it performed. I think it performed really well. I don't think it performed any better though than my Jeffree Star like Jawbreaker or Blood Sugar or Blue Blood. I don't think it performed better than ABH. I don't think it performed better really to even, I feel like I'm really gonna offend them, like my cheap Colourpop palettes. It definitely performs better than most of my drugstore palettes, that is for sure. But I actually don't have that many drugstore palettes because I am quite picky. Well, Colourpop's drugstore, isn't it? And I've got a row of them. So it's kind of, to me, in my opinion, very similar to Colourpop and above. Which is probably not what they want to hear, because it is again the most viral and epic palette of our generation. I like it. I can definitely see myself using it again. It is horrendous in terms of shape and size. I hate that. I hated my Alien for it. I've hated other palettes for it, but to be honest, I think this would be a really cool palette on my display shelves back, not behind me, but over in the corner. I think this would be really cool sitting up there because it is like an art palette. Makeup is art, and I do really appreciate that. However, if you've got like Alex drawers like I do, it's it's gonna be pretty annoying to store, but I do appreciate the design that's gone into it. It just could be so much smaller. I also just want to say what my critiques would be. The only things I would change is I would add a lighter matte blue, so maybe like one in this tone but matte, and I would also add a lighter matte green. I feel like that would make a huge difference in terms of blending out like your outer corners and stuff. It could just be that I'm pants, but it could be that I feel like 2 matte shades are missing. But apart from that, to be honest, I'm really pleased with it. I do as well feel like Sapphire and Violet are really similar. Like you wouldn't really notice the difference once you've put one or either on your eyes. I think I could do like one on one eye and one on the other and you wouldn't think I'd had different eyeshadows on. But I am pleased with it. It's a cool palette to have. Will I reach for a whole bunch? Probably not. It's probably going to be more of a display piece for me. But I am glad that I had the chance to try Glamlite. I can say now, having tested the formula, that all of you were right in my like comments on that anti-haul video, because it is really good quality and I did enjoy using it, and I got nothing really wrong about it apart from the yellow was a bit off for me, but it's good quality. It's just, to me, is it $45 quality? No, I would happily pay like $30 for this, but probably no more if I could decide. So yeah, I do think it's really good quality, and I do like the way my makeup's come out today. I'm really pleased. Sorry, my lisp is coming back because I've been filming like all day. It's now almost 6 o'clock and I've still not eaten, so I don't know, my lisp gets worse. So yeah, what do you think? What are your thoughts? What do you think of the price? What do you think of their claims that it's the epic and most viral palette of our generation? Let me know. Have you tried it? Are you gonna buy it? Are you not gonna buy it? What are your thoughts? Please leave them down below. So that really is all from me today. It's not, I'm going to film another video, but today it is all from me. I do hope you enjoyed this video. If you did, please give it a massive thumbs up. It really does actually help me out. It just pushes my videos to new people that maybe haven't seen them. Leave me a comment down below, because you know me, I do reply to all of my comments. Every single one. Every single one. And subscribe, because it's just the polite thing to do. I feel like I'm just gravitating more off screen here. I also want to say a giant massive thank you to my Patreons. Thank you so much for supporting me in a financial manner. It's mind-boggling. I honestly appreciate it so much, you don't even understand. I'm just Melissa from Leith in Edinburgh, technically from the Highlands, but you know what I mean, like what are you doing? And if you can't or don't want to support me on Patreon, honestly, just watching my videos is a massive support, and I really appreciate it, honestly. My Patreon link though is down below if you do want to check it out, as is my Stop Fanning Wearing t-shirts merch if you want to look at that. And yeah, I'm gonna go eat a quick pasta and sauce because they're delicious. And yeah, I'll catch you on the flip side. Bye. Give it to me, Morphe. Yeah, I'm really uncertain as to, so you can like hold it like a painter's palette, you know, like they do. Perfect. If I said impassable, this man, this brute, attacked me as I walked into the greengrocers. It's like meat spin but for hair. Snape, Snape, Severus Snape, Dumbledore.